Hi guys, in today's video I want to talk to you about article spinning. I want to tell you why you want to stop using the tool if you've already started to employ it. I want to show you why you should avoid it if you haven't started using the tools, and point out, why they won't rank your pages, you won't earn any money from the content it produces, and why it could potentially get you in trouble with Google. I make a lot of these videos to help show people the truth behind making money online, because it is a minefield. So I try to do these things and do reviews so people can understand what's required to actually make a business online. So if you like what I put out there, please subscribe to the channel. And if you're new to affiliate marketing, I know how hard it is when you get started, and you can spend years going through product after product just trying to understand how this whole business works and how it all fits together. So if that's you, then you've got to click the link in the description below, because there's a free workshop where you'll have every question answered in regards to why you've not been successful up to date, and what you need to do to be able to build yourself a business that creates traffic, leads and sales. So it's 100% free, so just check that link out. Article spinning's been around for a really long time. It's predominantly been used for search engine optimization. So if you've got a blog that you want to rank for certain keywords, but you don't want to write the content for it, you'll effectively take content from elsewhere, and then you'll use tools like this to spin that content for you and produce unique content. The problem with it is Google's not stupid. They use really intelligent AI technology, which is constantly learning, so they can smell a rat. So the chances of you being able to get away with it long term are really slim, even if you use paid services, because at the end of the day software is improving. Even the spin rewriters are improving, so they're using AI technology in some instances. But I'm going to show you a case study which just demonstrates that even if you are using tools like that, it isn't getting away with producing 100% unique content that's going to give your reader what they want. Because at the end of the day, when you're producing content for your website, you're supposed to be giving content that your reader wants to be able to read. It's about the topic they're interested in. If it has no value to them, they're not going to stay on your site, which means you're not going to make any money. So I want to go through some of the things you need to look out for in terms of what Google want, so you can make better decisions about using tools like these. So if you go to Google and do a simple search for article spinner, you'll see that there are absolutely loads of different free tools. And ultimately, if they're free, are they going to give you really good content? Now, firstly, I just want to say that content spinners do have a place, in terms of you can use them in certain instances, and I'll talk about that towards the end of the video. But writing content for your website or blog, I would definitely steer well clear of. So I've just done a quick test with a particular free article spinner called Spinbot. You can go and have a look at it for yourself. And I just want to demonstrate to you why these tools, although they do produce content that looks from the offset to be unique, they're not going to give your readers what they want, and they're not going to rank in Google. So this is a simple 2-paragraph article that I've taken and I've respun it. So, do you know how to prepare an exquisite turkey dinner on a shoestring? Execute a perfect rugby tackle. Pay rock bottom rates for accommodations in exotic destinations all over the world. Okay, they're not related sentences, but I just wanted to do this to show you why using these tools will actually change the meaning of your article. They change synonyms and certain keywords so that it looks fresh content to Google, but what that does is it actually changes the whole context of the actual article, the meaning, what you were trying to say. So here the first sentence sounds okay. Do you realize how to set up a wonderful turkey supper on a tight budget? Okay, and the original sentence was doing it on a shoestring, I think. Yeah, so I'll give it that. Executing an ideal rugby tackle, that's exactly the same. So perfect. So just change perfect to ideal. Ideal isn't the sort of keyword you would use in the context of talking about rugby. For tackling, pay absolute rock bottom rates for facilities in outlandish objections everywhere in the world. Now that's a million miles away from what this is, pay rock bottom rates for accommodations and exotic destinations. So you can see that it has done its job. It's changed certain keywords, but what it's put out is garbage. So you will end up having to go in and rewrite this anyway. So you will spend your time editing, and you know, what's the point of doing that if you're going to be using tools or even buying or paying for tools to do the job for you? The whole idea of these tools, whether it be paid or free, is it's supposed to save you time. That's the whole premise. If you're going to go in and have to edit the whole article, especially if it's a large one, 1,000 words plus, then it's pretty pointless you using the tool in the first instance. But the whole idea of you producing content is to serve your audience. So what Google is actually looking for is content that's worthy of search result position. So it's got to be relevant to the keyword search. And the problem that we've found is if you spin the text, it changes the meaning and it changes the keywords. So you'll have to go back in and put those keywords in anyway, otherwise the article won't be specific to the keyword that you want to rank for. So Google's looking for relevant content that's good. They also want content that may be shareable and can be linked to other web platforms. So if somebody comes to your article and they read it and they find it really interesting, they may want to share that. So if you've got a way of, if you've got this share add-ons on your web page, they could share that on their Facebook page or to other Web 2.0 platforms on the internet, and effectively you'll get free link juice as well. Another really important factor for ranking your articles on the internet is LSI keywords, or latent semantic indexing. Effectively what that means is that your article, if it was about, I don't know, make money online, has to have other terms and phrases that are really similar to that keyword. So the Google can see that it's all around that same topic. So if you're using a spinner tool and it's changing the keyword and the meaning of the article itself, as we saw here, then are you going to be giving Google the LSI keywords that it wants? I'll leave these links in the description below if you want to have a look. But effectively, the article needs to read like you would speak to your friend. You're talking about a subject and you're using lots of other terms and phrases around a core subject to basically give a more rounded answer. So they're looking for these other keywords as well. And if you're using an article spinning tool, the chances are that that's not going to include this kind of information, and that's really important. So basically you want to be producing content that is engaging for your reader. If it's not engaging, they're not going to stay on your website, and they're certainly not going to end up clicking any links to go and buy products. Two reasons. One, because the content's probably not going to rank in Google anyway, and if it does, it's going to be buried in the searches way back in, you know, page 10. And if they do happen to find your site and the content doesn't read very well, they're going to bounce. So you need to make sure that you're giving Google exactly what it wants, so really high quality, and that will give you a good click-through rate. So if someone stays on your site and they click the links internally on your website, it's a good sign to Google. And again, if it's good content, it will help generate backlinks. So you're not going to get that using spun content unless you completely rewrite it. And then this is just a really good case study where they've taken some free rewriting tools and paid, and taken a certain text, and then they've spun it, and then the output, remaining plagiarism was 50%. So that's not unique content. The text simply doesn't make any sense in some places. The overall, which means the lack of adherence to grammatical structure, means the output is meaningless. In other words, as I said before, if you change the keywords, you change the meaning or the context of your article, so it doesn't say the same thing that you intended it to say. They also used an AI article spinner. They took the same paragraph and they spun it. 80% was identical, remaining plagiarism. The text contained grammatical errors in terms of the use of the word investment. It doesn't work. It produces some content, but it doesn't make sense. And the last one was a paid membership site, and again it was 69.6% identical. But in summary, what he did was he got somebody else to rewrite the content for him, so human rewriters. So I said at the beginning of the video that there is a way for you to get the article spun in a sense, is by paying somebody else to rewrite the articles for you. And that basically produced 0% plagiarism. So no issues at all. So that would be passed by Google. They would see it as completely unique, and equally it would make sense to the reader. So it just makes sense to avoid article spinners. Now, there is some good news. There are some places I think that you could potentially use article spinners to help you improve your efficiency. And that would be, if I'm honest, on places like your social platforms, where if you've got lots of engagement and you have to go in and comment and reply to people, because that's what you have to do. Social media is about reciprocation and being social. Then you could take a stock answer for a particular post and then spin it using tools like this to, repost the same sort of content put in a different way. So to be fair, you'll probably get away with it on something like social media, but other than that, I would still well clear of article spinning. They're not going to produce content that Google likes. You'll have to go in and edit the content anyway, in which case you might as well just write it yourself, and it's just going to damage any effort that you've made to rank your site, because the content's not going to rank. So I hope that makes sense. As I said before, if you subscribe to the channel if you found some of the information I put out in the past useful, I'd really appreciate that. And if you are new to affiliate marketing and you are struggling to find how you put all the pieces together to this puzzle, because it is really, really hard, then you have to click the link in the description and join us on our workshop, where we'll answer all the questions you have about making money online and really get you on track to building your own evergreen business where you can generate traffic, leads and sales. So until next time, I'll speak to you soon.